Good day, everyone. Hello. I see Ted is
Good
there.
evening.
Hi, Hidden. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. And Paul, welcome. Usual shtick. If you guys have any things you want to get into, I'm sure somebody wants to talk about Bitcoin. Because, it went on quite the tear today. And over the last little while, actually, I guess if we zoom out, I'm just looking at even the 1 hour or the 1 day chart, I'm sure is even still. Well, today's a pretty anomaly. It's kind of nuts, actually.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been on a tear since what, October 16th, kind of. If anybody that got into a long then and just held it.
God, my God, be up
$2.
millions right now.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we all feel that way sometimes and just go. You wouldn't even have to think about it. You just would have put it in a long on the October 14th and just sat it there. Yep. And you would have had to do nothing. Like, even when it went down for a minute, you would have been like, all right, whatever. I'm already I got so much room. Even if it goes in half of where it's at, I'd still be fine. Good day, Aaron. We were just chatting actually earlier. And Tet says, we don't pump our gas, we pump our BTC. That's what's happening right now. Lots of commotion going on with that.
I'm happy to say I've caught pretty much the entirety of it, but
nice.
So
I need to try go back in time and do like a 150x long back then.
Right.
On the other hand, you go to long at 62. Yeah, no kidding. And that's the thing, and that's where we'll see a dump. I think even that last one, like we had a pretty good rejection off of what was it, 37,980 ish area. A pretty good rejection off of that, and I think we'll see more of them because so many people are going to want to get out of Bitcoin altogether because they've been holding since the drop of 62K, and they've been in pain for so long. Yeah. If they were able to hold, that they're like, you know what, I don't want to play this game again. I'm just going to get out.
It's insane, dude. Absolutely insane. Like I said, I'm in a trade right now. It drawdown. Excuse me. Bill's over here. Oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. And here we are down. But it's only a little down. Do you have a lot of room in your trade?
Oh, yeah. I got another 2,000 to go before it's even close to liquidation.
No, perfect.
It just sucks seeing it in red. That's all.
Yeah, of course. Yep. Yeah, Bitcoin miners. I no doubt. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of them. They're gonna want to be selling their Bitcoin off right time because they've been sitting on friggin' negative money and negative electricity for so long. Yeah, funny tour, probably not a bad idea. Actually, we'll be doing a video tomorrow actually for another mining NFT one. They seem to have their head together. I'm hoping they're gonna basically what I told them. I said, guys, if you can meet your guidelines, they're only looking to sell 100 NFTs for the first batch at a couple $100, like $300-$400. I have to look a little deeper tomorrow or tonight. But their idea is just to sell 100 to get themselves going. So if they can meet all their goals after selling those 100 and actually get everything working, I think it could bode well for them selling more a lot quicker too, right? So it's going to be a neat little play there. I think that people should maybe take a little piece of, being that the market is probably going to be pumping more than dumping right now for a little while.
Oh yeah, I mean we're going to 48,000, no doubt.
Yeah, exactly. And
this end of this week will be 45, 46.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try and sneak in along at some point soon.
Now would be not financial advice, but now would be a good spot.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a little bit more time to come down, but I mean minutes, like possibly at the end of this friggin' stream for kind of like depending on what it does, but also tax harvesting and tax loss.
Yep.
Harvesting. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because they probably, some of them bought their miners this year and need to kind of work that off. Yeah.
I lost $1 million of Bitcoin. What'd you do? I bought at 70,000, sold at 20.
Yep. Yeah, Paul, you're not a bad idea. Like, so Paul says, why not put a long in it now for future increase? And that's what I kind of was saying actually a second ago. But the issue you got to be careful with is depending on how much leverage you're using, it limits how much down pain you can exhibit, right? So if you're just doing a straight buy and hold, by all means, yes, you're in great shape. But if you want to try and maximize your earning and put a little bit of leverage on there, you have to be pretty cautious and make sure you have enough room with your bag that you can buy back more in if you need to, if it keeps going down while you're in pain, as we often call it in trading. So look at me, as we call it in trading, because I'm a professional trader. No, I'm not.
Excuse me.
Yeah, the trick is to meet their goals before NFT holders get antsy and sell. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? So these guys are actually looking at a really short turnaround for the initial 100. Like if they want to get mining and everything up by beginning of January, obviously depending on timing of everything getting delivered and whatnot, which is scary timing because prices have just started going up on miners, and or you expect it would have because of this pump. But hopefully there's a little dump that'll help them kind of stay stable while they get everything off the ground. So. And yeah, Alpha Share has been pretty transparent, but at the same time, they have had expected and unexpected problems. Exactly, right? So this seems like a simpler project. It's just really mining. They actually have some of the equipment they've gotten through Monopoly, which I talked about before. So they've got a few of the variables kind of taken care of, which is a good thing. So it makes it a little bit easier to kind of get off the ground running, which is what I hope for them. So, and if they can kind of close and sell those 100 NFTs right quick, that's going to help them big time. So hopefully, I know they've got an AMA on the pillars, and then I'll be doing a video just before that. I think their AMA on the pillars is on Thursday. So if you guys want to take a peek, I think they launch on Friday. So it might be worth having a little gander. If everybody in my circle of influences buys one, even, we'll get them off the ground, and that could help them big time be successful, right? Which helps us all. So anyways, just a little tidbit of information. If I cut out at all, guys, please let me know. I recorded a video today and I put it out, and I guess it's got a couple of points, and I checked one of them anyways that somebody told me, and it cut out. I don't really know why or how or what, but yeah. So unexpected being not knowing about power transmission and how involved water cooling miners can be. Yeah, well, that's the part that drives me nuts about some of these, is that some of this stuff you should know they're going to be barriers for you if you don't already have the information. So why aren't you proactively and I know there's still going to be things that will go wrong, but I feel like sometimes the hurdles we hit are ones that could have been avoided with a little more planning, a little bit more. I just think a lot of us in this space were kind of like, oh, it'll all work out. and no, it doesn't. And no worries, Blackhawk, and I totally get it. I am also tapped, so it's going to be hard for me to get one, but I will kind of finagle it around. Actually, I think I just did a claim on Warfi, so I'll probably use that to purchase one. So yeah. Sorry, I babbled a lot there, Hidden. Anything you got going on?
You're good.
Other than your trading?
Just trading. I mean, been fucking killing it.
Nice.
I've just been listening to Bill. He says get in, I get in, and
so you're trading or just doing calls?
Yeah, right.
And nothing wrong with that, especially at first when you're learning. As long as you're learning from it, like I'm sure you're still analyzing what you're doing and why. And if you're analyzing those things, that's still huge.
Yep. He also pointed out that if you go to the 1 day candles and you take a look, last time we've had this number of green candles on the daily, it like exploded. It doubled in price.
Oh, interesting. That's a good point. Yeah, true.
So we're like at the point right now. The springboard is going down.
Yeah. So sooner or later, it's gonna wing.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, we talked about that a little bit. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it or if you had time or whatever. But I did a little kind of joint session with Fefe, which is a trader as well, and he kind of we actually went through that same analogy of the springboard, and actually we're talking about that with what's happening now. So if one is talking about it, many are talking about it, which, I mean, you got to be careful as long as it's professionals, but yeah, Paul, and was that happening a couple of times or just I know somebody pointed out at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. I hardly listen to my own videos afterwards because I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to do. I'm sure that's a common thing amongst us gang, but welcome, Huss. Sorry, I'm going back to some of those flex things. We will get into a little bit of a chat about that because I think there's been some things we need to go through. But yeah, be careful about trading in sorry, Black Hawken says, be careful about trading in December. You can get the Santa bump. You can also get sell-offs. Exactly. Like it's still going to be a little funny time. So yeah. With audio problems. Yeah, and see, somebody else said that too. I've had 2 videos now with audio problems, and I got to figure out what the hell's going on. And it cuts out, so it's not like it's random. It feels like, but anyways, I got to take a look. The computer maybe needs a little TLC to kind of play it up. Maybe I'll just record from my laptop next time. But thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Let me know, and either DMs or in the hell, I don't even mind if you tell me in the actual YouTube because it helps the algorithm. Oh yeah, do what I always forget to do: like and subscribe, guys.
Oh shit.
So yeah, do we want to get into do a little flexing?
Go for it. Do you have any update on the PAM? Because I know you were helping with that, right?
A little bit, yeah. I was gonna just see if I can find because I feel like I didn't check the latest one that I think he put out.
No, there was something about are they pausing trading for the last 2 weeks of December, or
yeah, I think there's that. But I was just trying to see if that's the GitHub. I don't want that. I thought did the
well, you could pull that up too and go through some of it.
Present share screen. What am I doing? PAM account. Oh, that's the PAM account one. I guess that's what we want. So yeah, so the low risk. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything to go through here? I hate white papers.
Like I said, I've been kind of out of the whole PAM thing, but here's the update from 12/4. I don't know. Yeah, I'll send it in the private chat real quick for you.
Sure. Okay, thanks, Paul. Yeah. What is that? It's quite the little image. That's how do you even make it play that? It's like 2 fingers turned into eyes and a nose. It seems like more of a Flex AMA spot than actual tucking. Yeah, sometimes. We're trying to organize it better. I've done some things with the Discord to help Hidden out because he works a full-time job. I have a little extra. Well, I don't know if I have extra time, but I have extra things that I like distractions. I guess I like doing 3 or 4 things at once sometimes, even though that's not probably good, and I probably forget things because of it. But okay, yeah, thanks, guys. I'll take a look. I'll try and figure out what the hell it might. I wonder if because I just started trading, right? So I wonder if I have Trading View up and if it's just sort of stealing some of my CPU power or something. Maybe I have to close it down. I don't know. Sorry, here I am doing too many things at once and losing track of what I want to do. Flex.
Yeah. So
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, it looks like the last update was saying that we got the money that was originally wired over to IC Markets. Finally got that into crypto, so everything's in there. Okay. They, I believe, are stopping trading on the main account for the last 2 weeks of the year, just because that's when shit typically goes sideways or south.
Yep.
So they'll be restarting that in January, and it looks like they just started a new demo account to show
that's what that was. Yes. Okay. So yeah, so there's a demo account. This one's the actual live one, so it's up 3.43 since the 13th. So I mean, it's a slower burn, but at the same token, we're in a funny time right now because it's December. It's not necessarily the best time for this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I expect in January we'll start seeing some pretty good results from this as they kind of fine tune it and whatnot. The drawdown's really low, which is great. Like monthly 3.43, that's nothing. Sorry, that's the drawdown. Yeah, like the drawdown's almost the same as the return, which is great. So we're not seeing too much pullback, which is good. So other than that, it's just a great place if you want to store some funds, create some passive income for yourself, and pretty much low risk. Obviously not zero risk. None of this is, but give yourself a good spot to kind of play it. There will be a DApp for this, which will make it easier to interact with. That should be sometime in the next couple of weeks, which will allow you to put money in and take and request money and all that jazz. It'll also, I believe, give you an option, almost like Warfi, for an example, just because it's easy to compare it to, where you'll choose whether you want to do 50-50 compound or withdrawal. So that'll all be built in for you to kind of carry that on.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah, quick update on that.
Yep. And then there's what's that new? If you've had trouble building a bull run portfolio, I guess is the best example of what this new thing is. There's an app out there, and we've set up. Bill's basically set up. Is that ready to go?
No, he was supposed to set it up, but I think he got distracted.
Oh, that happens. Okay, so there's gonna be something a little funky coming out. It's gonna be pretty low fees because he's just sort of resetting it back up. But basically, it'll create a portfolio that he's created, and you can put money into it. It'll split you up almost like that. It's almost like a Robinhood, or I think M1 Finance or something has an app in the States that kind of lets you do this, where it'll automatically balance you out based on what you put in there. So it's this kind of ETF mutual fund type thing, but all based on crypto. So obviously heavier weighted probably towards Bitcoin with a little bit of fun stuff mixed in there. And you guys were earning pretty good on that when it first got set up somehow. I guess just because the market was bumping. But
yeah, I think the first day returned like 0.5%.
Yeah, which is like amazing. So yeah, and
that's on Velvet, I believe it's called.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called, Velvet. Yeah, cool. Sorry, I'm getting behind on comments here. Probably because there was another video you did recently with audio problem. Yeah, and yeah, I just gotta figure out why it's doing it. Anyways, done with that for now. Yeah, BTC, I guess, traditionally has kind of rallied a little bit during December. Hey, everybody getting their Christmas bonus and throwing it in there, I guess, or something. He rallies. You like and subscribe. Thank you, Ted. BTC rallies when you like and subscribe, not financial advice. Right into that. You know what is 12 to 14 update? Has some
the 12/4, December 4th.
Oh, does it? Why is that? Well, that was yesterday.
That's what we just went over.
Yeah, I do. I'm an idiot. I'm trading you if it's open. Tool similar months back. Yeah, JP did do there was a tool. I don't know if it was the same one. I think it's a different one, but yeah, it was one where you could create your own portfolio as well. So James Pelton did a video on something like that as well. Yeah. And then Blackhawk is probably typing something because he said, speaking of crypto index funds. So I'm looking forward to that, sir. Other than that, I did do a little video on today since we were talking about my lovely audio situations. So if you check my 1K wallet challenge, I've added this to it. I'm not gonna. I think we talked about it. Actually, we did talk about it last AMA, I guess, or last blockchain after hours, I guess. But if anybody's interested, I will be actually meeting with the guy. Crypto Andy did meet with him already and have a chat with him. So I'm hoping there's some value to this. But again, nothing like when you look at it, it shares some similar traits as stuff we've seen. So you got to be careful with it. But anyways, I threw this in here. I actually have a separate wallet that has 500 in it. I'm probably going to put more in, but this is part of my 1K wallet challenge. So you can basically just stake it for up to 60 days. If you do 60 days, you get 292% a year. And if you take it for 7, you get about half that. And then you have your timer countdown for everything. And then you can actually pull funds out of it every day kind of thing. You can pull your rewards out of it and then put it to another wallet and stuff. Pretty simplistic. He's basically doing arbitrage. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on it once I have a chat with him, just to get a little more confidence and ask him some questions, because I have some concerns, obviously. Like, we've seen this kind of stuff before, and it just doesn't always play out the way we'd hoped. But the fact that he's been in Crypto Andy's kind of Discord for a long time, and he's not just some rando, there's some comfort in that, I guess, if you will. But yeah.
I want to know where he's arbitraging.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't think he's not going to want to give that up because of that. But yeah,
just tell us where. You don't have to tell us how exactly you're doing it. I would just like to know where. If he says either of those two websites and you know what two I'm talking about, I'd fucking run for the hills.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to ask him that, because I want to see whether it's that kind of stuff. So I'll try and get as much details as I can, anyways. But it's going to be interesting. Sorry, it broke. He's just saying it broke 44. Did it actually? Oh no, it's down.
It did. Now it's fucking tanking.
Yeah, it broke 44 earlier today. Yeah. So, but now, it's doing a decent little drop. Hopefully, by the end of this, it'll drop enough that I'll maybe do a little. If it gets to 43.4, I might sneak a little long in there with as much leverage as I can without getting too greedy. Yeah, BTC broke 44 to the moon. Yes, he did share some stuff with Andy and that he wouldn't get into, so I want him to share the same stuff with me, and that way Andy and I can at least talk and kind of go through our. Andy and I work well off each other. Like, we have pretty good conversations where we'll kind of. If I'm not thinking of the right questions to ask, he's thinking of the right questions to ask, to kind of dig deeper with people. So I do appreciate his chat. So we're gonna see what we can do there, and if it works, it works. And I'd happy to keep talking about something that's working if I think there's some comfort for it. So, you're always thinking of the interesting stuff. Predictions for BTC before next week's show. Hidden, you got anything?
Like I said, I think we're going back up to at least 45, 46 by end of the week. Next week will be.
Let's take a line in here.
Probably right back where we are now. So we're going to go up and then back down.
Yeah. Oh, you think we'll be back down by next week?
Yeah, back down to 43. I think we're going to hit 40, like I said, 45, 46, and then drop a little bit. And then next week, we're going to hit 60.
60? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Well, all right. Let me revise that. If Qatar actually buys the $500 billion worth of Bitcoin they say they want to buy, we'll be at 60.
Yeah, and it's not just a ploy for.
Because it's there, that buy alone should spike it to 60. So
that's true. Jeez, see, stuff like that bothers me though. They put that stuff in there, everybody gets into their longs, and then they go and do something stupid that'll make it dump, just to take out all the longs, like liquidate them.
Yeah, that's market maker for you.
That'll be interesting. Sorry, I guess I'll pull this off as I'm monopolizing it there. Redeem in. Okay, so it looks like every 24 hours you get your dailies back, I guess is what that is.
Just waiting for it to start going back up here. Anytime you want to.
Are you getting nervous?
Yeah, when it's reaching almost $1,000, I get a little nervous.
Oh yeah, true. That's right. You're in yeah. Well, that's the other thing actually. So, and if anybody does, if you have not watched my chat with Fefe, interesting cat, and he's got a community that he's trying to build right now. It's free to get in and learn some trading. And he showed me this one, Blowfin. Oops. So if anybody wants to kind of do an exchange that has no KYC, I mean, for now anyways, share this tab instead. Look at that. There we go. So this one here, if you decide you want to join his community, then I'd use his link. If you don't, I can get a link for anybody that wants to get in there, because I think it usually gives us both bonuses or money. So it's kind of it's like any of your things, but I guess it's more decentralized a little bit. And the volume seems to be good. The it seems to react really well. I'm playing with it right now with $500. I'll probably be getting into a long, which I probably should have done a second ago, as it's doing a little pump. There you go. You got a little bit of pullback. So yeah, so I put $500 in here to play around and try my hand at trading. So I'll see what I can do. Maybe next week I'll show what I've done with my little 500 long that I'll probably take. Well, it'll be a portion of my portfolio, but
yeah.
Anyways,
do it all.
What's that?
Just do it all.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, so it's just that it seems to be a good. Did I not add it to the?
No, you didn't.
Stupid thing. I thought it said share this one instead, so I just clicked it thinking I was sharing it, but it actually wasn't putting it up. So Blowfin, sorry, this is the one I'm talking about. I should try and get a thing for them or something, but I think this is. Am I not logged in? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so I threw 500 in today, or the other day. So I'll see what it does, and yeah, like I said, I might throw a long in there with some leverage of sorts. I don't know. I think that 50x, that's gonna be a little much, isn't it? I wish I could tell you. I wish it told you before you got into the trade, and I'm sure some of them do, and maybe there's a way of me doing it, but I want to see what my break even would be before I get into it.
I'm not sure if there is a way to figure that out.
I feel like there must be, but because I know I think it was Bybit, I was able to see that. I would create the order and it would say, okay, your kind of your whatever is here. Just so I knew where my stop loss would end up having to be, right? So that I don't blow the whole thing. But so yeah.
Yeah, BNB did not die like I thought it would.
Yeah. Well, and I think they're going to stick around, but we'll see.
The Asian market is holding it up. That's for sure. I mean, it is an Asian, centralized exchange, so that makes sense that the Asian market's keeping it up. So.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I wonder if it'll bounce off of there. It's a little low. It might.
What's that?
That's just the MA60.
43,200.
I should see what my. No, it's still going down a bit, eh?
Yeah, fucked.
Don't catch a falling knife. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Anyways, sorry, I'm getting lost in trading stuff. BNB still around. Yeah, that's right. That's what you were just talking about, eh? Some other ETFs issuing. I'd bet on BlackRock and some other of the ETF issuers taking BTC before they launch. Yeah, absolutely, right. They're gonna want to. There's gonna be tons of insight. That's the thing with this whole thing is there's so much insider trading, so to quote unquote, right? And there's nobody to get mad at because it's not a company where you're doing it illegally.
I don't know. They are. If you don't think they already have millions of Bitcoin, they don't need to get any more. They got it back down when it was around 20 grand.
True. Because they already knew this was going to happen sooner or later, and so they would have gotten it even earlier. Yeah. Xmas Maestro NFTs possible coming soon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming you were in the Discord. I have to talk with Various and see what they're up to. I know they were doing a few different things trying to earn some money. The problem is they don't want to do too much right now because it's kind of harder to. The money's not earning as much right now because everything's kind of stale inside the liquidity pools, and there's nothing new coming out that's helping them get like those really cool returns that they normally would get. There's still some, but not a ton. So, yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Be cool. Yeah. Otherwise, see for sure. Blowfin just gave me. Oh, there we go. So I did not have an issue with mine, but I'm in Canada. Can't remember if I threw a VPN on it anyways, but obviously if it does that, you'll need a VPN, but it doesn't have a KYC or anything. So you don't have to worry about like Bybit where you need to have like the Palau ID that I got, which allowed me to trade there without by getting KYC using my identification card from another country. So There is that at least.
Yep, my IP is blocked too.
Okay, so it must be not in America. I think he mentioned that actually. Yeah, I think that's why he gave me that one, because he said, "Oh, you're in Canada, do this one." I'm sooner or later, I'm sure mine will get blocked, but if you VPN it, you should be good. Most of these institutional investors buy BTC via OTC, so they don't affect the markets. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably a good point. So they probably already have theirs. So, but there's still going to be some that are like not institutional investors that still know this is happening before we do, and they'll start making some retailer buys. And I'm assuming their own company won't dump on them. Back down. What's it doing? It's still tanking, eh?
Don't remind me.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't want to catch it yet because it kind of just keeps. If it touches 43,404, which you won't be happy, but I'll get into it long then.
What I don't get is how HMX is going down and BTC is going up.
Yeah, it is odd. Oops, what am I doing? Any questions, guys? Anything you guys want to talk about? I've given you kind of all my alpha of what's coming out in the next couple of days and what I just did a video on. Nothing else much happening, which I don't expect there to be too much over the next little bit. Anything got your attention other than BTC trading? Or
Vertex did till today.
It's not doing too much anymore.
It's just other issues within Vertex.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Buying and staking their shit is fine, but we noticed some issues with their trading on the DEX and whatnot.
Oh no, that's irritating. Oh, there's another. Yeah, that makes it very frustrating. Any questions? We got a little smaller crew today, but not crazy. We're still double digits, which is good. So thank you all for always coming along and hanging out with us. Yeah, I'm trying to think, because I know I was thinking Carol would start a trend of those types of dApps, but because they fuck things up for themselves so badly, it seems like the new minor dApps are not really. And I don't know if it's a good time. It'll be interesting to see what New Year's comes, and what kind of trends start from there. Because I do see blockchains being created like candy, and Ponzi projects being based on the actual blockchain, like the blockchain is the Ponzi. Because I've seen 2 or 3 of those get presented to me. Other than that, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things go over the next little while and what new ways for them to try and gouge our cash slowly from our pockets will be devised.
So interestingly enough, BTC's been following the Bollinger Bands pretty much to the T here. It just hit the bottom, and now it's starting to go up.
Like I should have gotten in there. I should have had those bands up. I haven't used them yet. I do want to use them because I know they seem to work quite well. I've got to get together with Groot, I think, again, and do another one of his training sessions. And
I'd wait for 1 or 2 more confirmation candles on the 5-minute before going back in.
Yeah.
Not long.
Because I think it could range for a bit. But interesting. Yeah, I might bounce off of it a couple of times. I usually like to see at least 2 bounces. They're nice to see for some confirmation.
And TV is showing it's still aggressive sellers right now. So
oh yeah, true. Same on mine. We got the same freaking thing. What about it? Yeah. Oh well. Sorry, I'll stop looking at it and reminding you of it every 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else because there's not too much else up there. Oh, look at that. You can actually share yourself now. That's cool.
Oh, that's
what
my
Mux.
Mux is a new one that we just swapped to. Like I said, Vertex kind of screwed the pooch. They screwed the pooch on that one pretty bad. He's pushing $1 million position size and they fucked him over. So he said, yeah, we're done.
Damn. They didn't like the big. Well, that's the problem. Is because he's doing some bigger stuff. I wonder if staying on the ones that are a little bit more. But it's fun because he earns so much on the other ones, though.
He went to take $28,000 win, and apparently didn't have the liquidity to fill it, so it fucking tanked it and ended up. He only got 7,000 out of it because they didn't have the liquidity to fill it. But these are your bands here that, as you can see, it like it goes under, goes right back up, over. As soon as it goes over, it starts coming down, crosses over, goes back up. And it's under, so now it's going back up. Hopefully it'll go back up to over this green line and I'll just get the fuck out.
There you go. What are you doing? How would you did you like, oh, there's your thing. Did you do a bunch of 15.2x? There you go. So you just kind of played it safe-ish, as safe as ish can be when it comes to any leverage trading.
Could have gone with 10, but I'm like,
let's push it a bit.
Yeah, Bill's over here showing me his 30x longs making $5,000 and 2 candles. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, the FOMO kicks in heavy then.
Yeah.
Darn it. He says neat. Did you watch Scott? No, you told me. I got to pull things up when I'm live. Otherwise, I end up forgetting to do things. So I'm going to pull it up now on YouTube, and I will book it. I have to do a little bit of research before I go to bed, so I'll watch that one. Scott the Investor. I don't even think I subscribed to his channel, which I probably should do. Yeah, there we go. Subscribe. Stable swap. There we go. All right, I will pull that up. That was 2 weeks ago. Cool. You just saw he had a video with Crypto Phil. He's always a good guy. I should get him on sometimes to my channel. Sorry, ad. All right, I put that aside. I promise I will put that. Sorry for me tardying stuff, but get past the commercial on silent, and then I'll be ready to go whenever I'm done. And yes, Tet, it is neat, hey? Things are neat. Trading's neat. Trading's fun.
It can be fun, can be stressful.
Yeah, I like stress, sort of, within reason. I'm getting better at it too, because I'm kind of changing my view and being a little bit more patient. And yeah, I still have a lot of ways to go, but I'm enjoying it and enjoying the challenge and enjoying the problem solving and the challenging myself. Right, that's the neat thing about it all. You're in control. When you make a mistake, it's your mistake, and you need to find it out, figure it out, problem solve it, and then learn not to do it again. And then when you do it again, you get to kick yourself. I'm in a trade. It was a little bit of a call one, so oh crap, it's going back up. I'm almost at break even now. It was in really good profit, but I should have probably called it, but they were calling for it to go much lower, so that's the problem. My friend, even calls are hard too. Like, you can get calls and they're not.
It can take days.
They can take so much time. They're not necessarily worth it unless you know what you're looking at. Because unless you can problem solve their call, you're getting yourself into trouble or drawdown where it's going to get stressful for you because you're not controlling yourself. Whereas other things are a little easier to manage. So yeah. Although I think that's as high as it's going to go, so I should be still in good shape. So I'll probably leave it, but I might pull my stop loss a lot closer just in case it does. But then that gets you in trouble too. I don't know if you've done that before, where you've pulled your stop loss in and then lo and behold, you get stopped and it just touches it.
Yeah, I swear they stop loss hunt. We say it all the time, but I 100% believe they do.
Supposedly they can't see that, but I think they do it.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit. They 100% see it. They see everything you put on.
Yeah. Tin Hat's getting on here, Finn.
Because I mean, there's been times when I just slightly move it up over my entry point, boop,
touch and out,
and then it shoots back up.
Yeah,
it's horse shit, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, it's kind of maddening. All right, so I have that pulled up. Thank you, Tet. Yeah, I appreciate that. I never know what everybody thinks of that guy when I do my 1K wallet challenges. I know it got a little bit hit and miss because, well, we were we were getting stopped like flies, right? Because I think it was freaking Wolf Capital, Fathom, PGV. What was my? Oh yeah, and Stable Invest. He's actually still around. He's still trying to get everybody paid back. That's if anybody was in that Stable Invest one. But he's had some roadblocks, like everybody. We're trying to get everybody paid back with PFX, and it's tough. So it's a hard road, but I want to try and make it work and find a way to, because I know everybody goes through this kind of crap when they're trying to make their own money. So I'm just trying to be honest with it and see how it goes. I'll be really excited when we hit that $500 mark, and then obviously I'll be really excited when we get back to 1K. Because once we can get back to 1K, it'll be pretty cool to see what we can actually do with it. So, yeah, I appreciate the comment, and yeah, hopefully we'll get it back there and have some fun, and it'll be good timing too if we can get it back to 1K kind of January, February mark. It'll be fun to start playing with some of the stuff that everybody's getting into, and see how we can kind of mess around with the wallet and go through planning, okay, exit strategy with this protocol because we know it's going to be going quick kind of thing, and hopefully do some education stuff around that. So yeah, excited for it. I appreciate you. So we'll keep up with that. Keep trying with it. I'm going to try some different ideas too. I'm also looking forward. I should be getting a payout from one of the prop firms I'm in the next week or two. There's been a little bit of an issue with the broker, so I'm hoping everything works out there. And if everything works out, I should have a payout, like I said, in 2 weeks.
Do you mind my asking about that? Do you know anything going on with that?
With TCT, I've been talking to the guys. Obviously, they're a little nervous in the sense that it's always scary when this stuff happens. I know another broker that went through some stuff, and they did come out at the other end, and it was issues with MT4, which I think is what TCT is having as well. So I'm hoping it's just that kind of stuff because they're phasing out this stuff. It's becoming hard to band-aid the old to the new. And so it's forcing them to do things a little quicker, which unfortunately creates downtime. That's my guess. So as we know more, I'll go through it, but I'm hoping they come out of that pretty quick. I also had 2 accounts get traded passed. So I did one with Infinite Trader and one with Next Step, and both of those have passed. I've got a bot going on one of them and hopefully a bot going on the other one, but for now I'm manually trading it. So it'll be interesting to see if I get payouts from them as well. So hopefully there'll be a lot of prop talk inside the Discord. If you guys aren't in there, please do. Because as I get payouts from these things and I can prove that stuff, we'll have more discussions and hopefully open up the Discord to that kind of talk, where you guys can talk openly here instead of getting whatever crapped on by talking about it inside the actual protocols or the brokers channels. Because I do think there's some value to these. You've got to be so careful how you set them up and what you do. Because I was going to put a bot right away on the Infinity one, but I guess a consistency rule got in the way of somebody else that was doing it. So he's got to fine tune the bot a little bit and put it on for me. So, and you guys will have access to any of the bots that I show. It's just what they'll cost and stuff will depend on the bot, and how it's set up. So yeah, so looking forward to some new stuff coming, hopefully an actual progress, which is nice. So
yep, with the bull coming, hopefully that's a good sign.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, that's my hope, especially, right? Like if I can get a couple of payouts and then use that money to actually very quickly build a mini bull run for portfolio, that you still have time. Yes, time is running out, but you still have time. And I think Fefe again that I was talking to, he was quite and I agree with him. Like we've got the next 1, 2, 3 years max of winning, and if we don't catch it this round, we're waiting another 5, 6 years before the next one, right?
Oh yeah.
So
I was talking to Bill about that. Not to cut you off, but we were just talking there. We were talking about this is really like the .com bubble of this generation. I mean, because we're on the precipice of the ETFs becoming approved, and that's going to bring billions, if not trillions, of dollars into crypto. Yeah, which is just going to absolutely put in lightning speed as far as getting new people into it. So I think you're going to see crypto just fucking explode next year. Absolutely explode. It's going to be not bigger than 4x, but getting close to 4x.
Yeah, which will be crazy. And we're all here, and as long as you're spreading some funds out and some things, you're gonna catch a winner. Which will be pretty cool. So, well, there you go. You're coming back there on Bitcoin.
A little bit. It's working. It's probably gonna bounce off this fucking middle line because that's my lock.
Yes, I've got a mark. Yeah, okay, I see that one on mine too. I got 3 EMAs going on, but
although our MACD is starting to turn green again, which is good.
Yeah, that's true.
Excuse me.
Interesting. Yeah, I must admit trading's been quite a blast, but man, is it a lot of work, a lot of chart analyzing, a lot more than people I think realize. It's not just click a button, get a win. There's some website or some YouTubers that I watch that I pulled up one time, and I'm like, this is BS.
Although I will say, Bill's got that fucking lucky horseshoe shoved so far up his ass, he just needs to feel it and vibrate, and he goes in and he wins a couple thousand. So,
well, just get your head up a little higher, and then you can. As long as you pass the horseshoe, right? Crazy. Yeah, I don't know how he does it. It's crazy. I'd love to get a little piece of that knowledge or whatever.
I guess that old adage, money makes money. I mean,
yep.
I guess it's true.
Yep. Absolutely. That's been one of the biggest things. So trying to get my kid to understand that they're 17, they're kind of like, oh, I want to live in an RV and tour and do it. And I'm like, honey, you got to make money before you can do that. You got to earn the ability to do that. Like, who's going to pay? How are you going to get gas? How are you going to get this? How are you going to do that? I'm like, I'm even showing them because I mean, your friend Andy's got some great videos on different things you can try. Not everything's going to be a hit, but there's some really good opportunities with AI right now, and the so many people clicking on videos randomly and all this stuff where you can make some good money doing some different things. And so I kind of said, here's a couple ideas, give this a try. Otherwise, like, forget about it. And I think I've got them kind of finally realizing, okay, maybe I should just try it, but I'm not holding my breath.
How the fuck do I add? I'm just thinking for later on, how do I add like stop loss or anything? It's not good. Apparently I can't. Or do I just...
Oh, you just have a close button there? So some of them, yeah. There you are.
I don't know if this is for this one or if you go to make a new one.
If you do a blank one, I think it'll allow you to... Yeah, it's funny. Most of them have them inside the actual transaction. And sometimes the bar across in the middle, you can do it there, but...
Yeah, see, it's not... This is on a new one.
A new transaction, yeah.
Well, now I know.
Oh, there's your long up tops.
Told you it's going to fucking bounce off the middle. Yeah, I don't want to click on shit.
Yeah, if you'll end up closing yourself up at all.
It's $600 loss. Fuck that.
Yeah, I haven't tried this one yet, but I know with Bybit, you just click on the down on the bottom where you are, where it says close. There's another spot down there where you can just click to create stop losses and stuff. But
normally there's one right here.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's the only problem with switching between all of them.
It's a new learning curve every flipping time.
Yep. And I missed a really good entry back here because I was talking to Bill and I was trying to do it, and I clicked confirm, and then like 6 other things popped up. You got to sign. You got to confirm. You got to allow the usage of BTC, and it's like, what the fuck?
Dang nabbit.
Yeah, so I would have been in here. Probably would have ended up taking profit right around here. But.
Especially when it broke through that.
Yeah.
What does that look like when it goes through the friggin' like the spike that we had? Like, go back a bit? Does it just it's like a thin blob that follows it all the way up?
Pretty much.
Oh, it just sort of hugs it, eh? It hugs the one line.
All the way up, and then it corrects itself. pokes through, corrects itself.
So you almost wait for an actual breakout like that top one, and that's your kind of breakout of it, like fast, and then okay, get out.
Then Bill draws his trend lines. I'm still trying to figure out how to do the trend lines, because he's been 100% right. Like
just doing a line. Yeah.
Not this one. Where is it?
There's a top one that says trend line,
but did it say trend line?
Yeah.
So he knows exactly like the coordinates to start and then draw it. But he's been spot on the last 3 times that he's done it. So that's what I'm trying to learn at this point. Because he's like, oh yeah, if you get in here, it's going to bounce twice and then go straight up, and it's like it's done that every time.
Well, look who we have here. Welcome, Mr. James Pelton. Thanks for coming by and saying hi. We're just babbling here.
Pretty much.
But thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Hopefully most of you know who that is, but if not, obviously go and subscribe and like his channel. And Hayden's.
Good evening.
Good evening. And there, look at that funny Turo. Hey, James. We all know each other. Yeah, agreed, Blackhawk. And finding that's the big thing right now, right? Like, and again, somebody that I look at quite often sometimes is your friend Andy again, because he's going into a lot of this D-pin stuff, which I'm liking, because it's almost like your miners of before, but a lot of it's going to be gaming stuff and different things where you can buy nodes that then help build the profile. Not node nodes.
We're not going back to node season, no.
Yeah, exactly. But helps you build up the actual protocol itself, and it's not even a protocol. Like one of them is actually a game, and I was watching one of them. Like there's obviously Nyaxa. If you haven't heard of that, a lot of people have heard of that one. That one's now kind of the top 1,000 on the charts, but I expect it to go quite a bit higher. So there's opportunity there, kind of thing, if you make it go for it. And that's those pockets of things that'll be like your Amazons of tomorrow, right? Or your Googles of tomorrow. And if you can find 5 of those that you think are the top 5 ones that have a chance to break out, there's a very good chance one of those will at least have something that will make you money or break you out enough to make money. So yeah, but
I'd say in my opinion, the top 3 things for this coming bowl season are going to be games, like the Web3 games on AVAX, the bio firm stuff, kind of like what James is in, BioFi, that type of thing, and AI. I know everybody says it, but I still think AI is going to.
Oh, there's no way it doesn't have a place. It's just right now it's used as a marketing catchphrase. It's when it makes that changeover where it's going to make a massive difference on everything. So yeah, but stuff that's going to make money regardless of market conditions. And that's gaming is a big one, right? And that's why I say, and I agree, that's probably the best number 1 pick right now, is gaming does well no matter what. And if anything, it does really well when markets are bad, because people get laid off, or like when COVID happened, like all that stuff, people get bored and they need something to let out their anger, frustrations, whatever. So they go to gaming, they go to find escapes and stuff. So it's going to be huge.
The only problem with the games on blockchain right now are the graphics. They're held back by the graphics.
Yeah. And that's going to take some time, but they're getting better and better as time goes on. And it's going to be when you see that surge happen, which will be pretty crazy. So
if they can get Unreal 5 onto the chain, or be able to build with Unreal 5, that's when you're going to see Xbox, PlayStation kind of go to the wayside, to be 100% honest with you, unless they figure out a cross-chain.
Well, the cross-chain thing, and as well as the marketing of like being able to do the cosmetics and stuff, even though like at first it'll start with that, and they'll link with your ability to play on your Xbox, so you can buy that piece of armor or whatever and play it on any device, right? So I think it'll be the big thing to start with. So yeah, always hard pressed to put anything that Mr. Tom Jones puts up actually on the screen, because YouTube will probably give me
They're probably going to get demonetized if you do that.
Yeah, I can't put that up, Tom or Kevin. So plenty of great AI tokens, and it's all the rage and all the tech companies. Exactly, like you can't. Like we look at what the next trend is, and yes, there's going to be either the Carol type miner dApps and different types of more utility based node things, but AI is going to be the overarching one of them all, and that actually will have real use cases, and it'll help gamify stuff. It'll help everywhere, right? So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Hidden's house looks familiar. Yeah, it might be a backdrop. The gaming market cap right now is tiny compared to what it will be in the next couple of years. Sorry, this is Kevin Jones talking, but gaming is going to be the easiest money you'll make. Yeah, I agreed.
I agree.
Like I say, I don't.
It'll be the most fun too.
Well, exactly. It'll be the neat thing to see. Like I've been out of game, so I managed an EB Games for years. That's why I had the sign behind me before. But I ever since I left, I played a little bit after I left, but then I got into other stuff, and then DeFi probably honestly was what kind of got me out of gaming almost altogether for a while. So it'll be interesting to see if it pulls me back. I don't know. I think I'd more be using it to make money than I will be to actually game with it this time around. So
I don't know. I think if we can find the happy medium between the two, I think it'll be both pleasure. Like
I
the
hope
game
so. I hope so. I'd love to get the itch again. Yeah. Scott says, late to the party, but hello. You came just in time to James Pelton graced us there, Scott. So as you can see right there. So yeah, welcome, Scott. Thanks for coming by as always. Yes. What's that?
Render, and I'm not sure what AKT is, but I do know Render was a good
Render
one.
I know too, and I think I agree it's going to be a good one. AKT I don't know, and maybe if that was one that Andy talked about, I don't remember that one, but they already ran some. There's a couple of things, and I think you'll still, even the ones that have ran, I think there'll still be a tiny pullback, so there might be opportunity still, and really any run that's happened so far is going to be minuscule compared to what could happen if it hits. So I don't even think anybody needs to worry about being late yet.
And another YouTuber, and I kind of cringe saying it, but that Alex Becker guy that I showed you the other last week, he actually explains the micro caps and the small caps really well.
Oh, cool.
And the gaming industry is still a micro cap. I mean, he explained it well. He said Bitcoin will do 2 to 4x, while these micro caps are going to be doing hundreds to
1,000x. Yeah.
And he said the people looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're not going to get the returns that the people who can go through and understand the micro caps are going to get.
No, agreed. Well, and that's the way it always is, right? Like the other ones, and sometimes they'll be lagging, so you can get in time. Sometimes they'll be happening at the same time. That's the part that'll be the fun part to figure out. Holy Scott, you've become an ETC POW node maxi. So I think we looked at that one day when we were here. You pulled that website up, I think, or I did.
What is it?
The
I love the idea of nodes and supporting like a protocol or a chain, but I hate the fake nodes that we all got suckered into.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Where is that one?
Any Star Nodes people out there?
Frank, Star Nodes was probably the worst of them all because that was late to the game.
So. That's a $500 node loss for me.
That was everybody. Everybody for that got into that one. Face. It was like right off the gate. Why can't I find the website right now? But yeah, it's a proof of work one. But yeah, so he's setting up some nodes. But I don't think those ones aren't physical nodes, Scott? Like you actually you're not buying anything physical that's in your house. It's just set her up. Yes. Do I think that? So sorry, Tom just says, or Kevin, you're darn Tom Jones thing. I always want to say that. There seems to be a small resurgence of ROI dApps. Do you think they'll have a second chance after all the rug/failures? I think there'll be a version of them. There always will be, right? Like I don't think that kind of shit is ever going to go away as much as I'd like it to. But like I said, they'll evolve in some way. Carol had a really good system. It had a closed system that had some gamification to it, but was more complex in how and was able to earn money through fees to keep it all evolving. I mean, it hit over 1 million, 3x me and a few other people. So they'll get hopefully a little bit smaller. And the fact that Carol did that in a bear market, like when we were still in the middle of it, they had a little bit of good timing because there was a little bit of a pump on ETH and they were paired with ETH. And then unfortunately they just made a lot of bad decisions. And then when they ported it over to BNB, that's just after that, they had the bad decisions on the one side, so now everybody's claiming, and B, on the BNB ended up having their kind of hairiness with what's his face leaving ZZ. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that system evolves, but you're definitely gonna have to be careful with it still, right? Like, I mean, even QOP, like that's gonna have, I'm not doing a video on that. I never will do a video on that, but it's gonna go somewhere sooner or later.
I give it, not to interrupt you, but with the new coin coming out, I'd give it another 30 days once that token is out. I think this is their last, grasping at straws for extra money, and then they're going to pull it.
Yeah, exactly. There's always somebody with money willing to gamble in ROIs, and there's going to be more and more of them, and there's going to be a whole bunch of new people that will see the APYs and jump in and not know what the hell hit them whenever they get FUBAR.
Oh, that's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Once the ETFs get approved and we're getting everybody in, those bastards are going to make so much money.
Well, you got to even think about it. Like when I was modding in for certain things, there were still people giving out their private keys. Like a year into the bear market. Like it's just, yeah. Yeah, I agree with Becker for sure. It's a good investment to follow his wallet watchers. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to take a look at that at some point.
Arkham. Remember, we were looking at it on Arkham?
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, no, I got to get into Arkham. Sorry, Scott says they're physical. You need a computer with a quad-core processor and at least 250 gigs of SSD RAM. So technically, you could still put them on a cloud then, I presume, Scott, because you can get clouds with that kind of power.
You can, yeah. You can.
So I presume you wouldn't have to cost you a little bit more. So maybe not as profitable. Wait, we're not supposed to be sharing our private keys? But a mod asked for them earlier, I swear. Yeah, no, don't. Please don't, Scott. Totally holding on my vape, totally holding on for my vape, doing the right thing. Yeah, hopefully they've held on, right? And so that's why I say some of them have held on. Even my power nodes, I don't know if everybody remembers that one. In the last 2 months, I think I've gotten like $20-$30. I mean, it sucks.
It's something.
I put way more in than that. But yeah, it's really not doing too bad. So. Oh, that's right. I remember you saying you got some used. So he's been getting Dell laptops used for $120 and then putting them on this. And then you're not even dealing with the long term. I guess you have to just make sure your internet doesn't go down and stuff like that. But
what's your power consumption doing that though? Is it noticeable?
I can't see it being too bad on a laptop. If you were actually getting ASIC miners, obviously that's a little different. But
well, even on that, if you have a dozen laptops running 24/7, you're probably going to see some sort of spike. I'm just curious if it's worth.
Puffer Finance allows you to run a validator for ETH with only 2 ETH. Interesting. That's something we can do.
But BlackRock, do you deposit that ETH to them?
Like, are you losing custody, I presume? So
yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
So did you say earlier that Bill is launching an index fund? Do you know when it will launch? So he kind of did, sort of. Is it still like, can you still get into that one?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. We were just kind of messing around with it, and he put the fees too high.
Yeah, I think he had it at 20%. I thought it was high, but also I thought he rebounded and went way too low, but that's okay. Well, it's still good for everybody.
Yeah. So he tried to fix it, and then apparently it takes 30 days to update. So he's like, fuck that, I'll just make a new one.
And then he forgot or got sidetracked. That happens. So yeah, you can cloud if you want. He's got the laptops. The CPUs only run about 10 to 15%, and currently the nodes are paying about 27 a day. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, good to get in early. Good to get in early. That's the big thing. I should reach out to them and see if they'll.
So how many ETH is it per node, if you don't mind my asking?
I don't think you're doing ETH. I guess it must be ETH, eh? Because it's ET.
Oh, ETC. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked. I pulled up the
ETC?
website one time, but I never really went into a deep dive. Just that's the biggest problem with what I do is I get pulled in so many freaking directions. And then, like I said, I'm also doing the modding and James Pelton's community and Fire Hustle's community a little bit and. So it's just hard to. I'm a little bit too jack of all trades right now, but I want it for the future, and it's going good.
So Ethereum Classic's about $20 a pop now.
Okay. You don't have to stick anything. You don't have to buy a license through. Or sorry, you don't have to stake anything. You do have to buy a license through with them, and that's $250. Yeah, if you're making 27 a day and you're paying $250, that's nothing. So
no, $250 running 7. So you make that back in 2 days.
Yeah. Well, no, I think you're $250 per license. I presume.
Oh, is it per laptop?
I presume so.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of BTC mining coming back. It seems low returns to me, but then people talk about heating their homes with the miners. Any thoughts on that? So I have seen the heaters. I think James Pelton actually did a video on one last year when they were out. They were very inefficient, sort of. Like you paid a good premium, like you buy a heater for $100 or you spend $2,000 on this Bitcoin mining one. So there was some hard stuff with that, but yeah, so I don't know. It's still ingenuity with some of that stuff. So I think we'll still see more of it come, but and then there's the regular miners that you can actually, I guess technically you can heat your home with them, but they're so loud. But I've heard of that too. I almost thought my mom's place has a shed close to the house, and I thought it would be pretty cool to build a mining operation in there in the winter and then like pipe it into the house with the heat and stuff or something stupid. I'm sure you could have some fun with it. But
I know a guy who's got a couple in his basement that he runs all the time, and then the heat rises during the winter, and he says he saves like half on his heating bill during the winter. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, but pays it out in electricity.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, we already did that one. Your power nodes are better than my pizza tower. Yeah, than pizza tower for sure. So it's nice to see some of that stuff paying back. Even Thor is doing some things, so we'll see what they end up doing. There's a bunch of stuff. It's gonna be interesting. They also sell plug and play miners for about $450, but they're sold out for a while. Yeah, that's the problem with all these new plays and that's the thing that bugged me when I first got into crypto. Like Helium was doing really good, but to buy a miner, you had to pay double the price or triple or quadruple from some guy because he bought 10 of them and only needed one. And it's so annoying because they end up capitalizing on it.
I was so pissed that I could not get a Helium miner when it first came out.
Yeah, you're probably happy now, though.
Yes and no, because where I lived at the time, I checked the map, there was nobody around. So I would have been the entire fucking,
Now I think there's something though. You still need to have some because they have to leech off each other or something. So you need somebody to get on with you almost, but still. Sure, Scott. I swear I'm done shilling. There's no refill code, so don't throw spears. Ha ha ha.
I'd be interested. Where, if you don't mind my asking, you don't have to say on here. If you want to DM me later, you can. But where are you getting the laptops for $120?
There you go. I got some guys near me that I think get stuff from the government, so I could probably get a few pretty inexpensively from him for fun.
Because I don't see Ethereum Classic going anywhere anytime soon.
eBay.
Wasn't sure if it was eBay or somebody close to you.
Yeah, that's cool. The power draw on ASICs are crazy. If you max them out, yeah, exactly, right. So, yeah, that's why I like the mining things. Oh my god, what's the one that I'm in? We talked about it earlier. Not the one that I'm obviously one I'm going to be reviewing, but Alpha shares. And especially with them, I got the original one, so I've got that antimonium whenever that gets going too. So. You mentioned helium. Obviously, it sucks now, but apparently you can convert helium miners like a Bobcat. Yes, you can. Yeah, I've heard that as well. So not too bad if you have some of the old ones. You can kind of do some fun stuff with them still. And any of that stuff, you can kind of repurpose a lot of it, which is handy. So it's a lot of fun. Wow, we went over an hour because I've been just chatting and babbling about all this stuff, which I love.
Well, we got some really good interaction here at the
end. Always good when you guys all get involved. I appreciate that when you guys are here to have some fun. I was able to snag the KSO Pros from Ice River as they were still in stock on their website. Excited to get those into it 2 weeks. Nice. I decided I want to flip them or actually run them. Well, and that's the other thing. If you got them 2 weeks ago, miners are going up in price, so it may be a better flip than otherwise, but it'll be interesting to see. So did some BTC mining for nice hash back in 2021. Wow. Heat pumping out was so bad the apartment temp went up by 5 degrees. Yeah. No kidding. Had to wrap up the AC for sure. Yeah, that's what the nice thing about being in Canada is like, we have winters at least, right? So come from fall on to like beginning of spring, it would be really handy in a sense if they weren't so flipping loud. But
well, that's why in case I'm in a room with the sound anti-sound foam.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure you can check online. There's probably a ton of little home remedies kind of thing for trying to make it work out. So. Well, you had your pump, but now it's lagging again.
I know.
So cool. Well, thanks so much, guys. I appreciate all your interactions and questions and fun. I enjoy these, and even we had a smaller group, but it was still a nice little chat. So that's amazing. We will still do these as we can through Christmas. Obviously, pending both Hidden and I's schedule. We haven't really talked about it at all yet, to be honest. So I'm away Boxing Day, which is 2-3 weeks from now, so I may or may not be able to try and make it work out. But yeah, Alpha Shares. Yeah, I think I did say it in the end, but it took me a second. I was looking at the calendar and now I've lost my spot. So I presume any issues for you for the 12th and 19th. I'm assuming those will be fine.
12th, 19th are good. I don't know about the 26th because it's the day after Christmas.
Yeah, the 26th and the 2nd are going to be possibly tougher ones. If I'm around and Hidden's good to do it, I may just do it anyways. From the cottage, we're at a cottage. It also depends on our internet because sometimes we've rented a cottage with my sister's family and my mom. So we're there during the 26th, and if the internet's kind of meh, then it might be hard. The 2nd should be doable, but so just to forewarn you guys. But other than that, I think that's it. Sorry. Because we're like way over, and I need to get a couple of things done before I head to bed. So, so thanks so much, guys, and we'll chat in a week. Get a couple of videos coming out, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good.